You're sleeping if you don't have that, okay? Like, get that, take care of that. Make yourself feel good about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Apple Play, or what is it? The Apple,
It's on everything.
Google Play.
We got it everywhere now.
Yeah.
It was on iOS only. It was Apple only at first, and then they flipped it. Now it's on.
Make sure y'all download that.
Yeah, man. Show us some love, man.
The Beach Radio. Shout out to everybody over there at the Beach Radio.
Danger One, Dark Fate. It's so many DJs, man. So many talented DJs over there. So you get a chance, man, spin over there. Show us some love, man. Hope everybody's been good this weekend, man. Saturdays and Sundays to get your mind right and recalibrate.
Yes, sir.
Start over again. What you got going on this weekend, man?
Man, we actually knocked out another episode of Bridges and Bankrolls.
Nice.
We had a 3-week hiatus. Niggas was running around.
Greasy.
Being family, man, and stuff like that.
I said, man, it happens. I understand.
So, you know what I'm saying? We finally knocked one of those out. We had a very positive brother. I forget his name. Abdul something. He had a Fort Worth, Texas. I forget his name.
Okay.
But one of Sancho Lencho and bill collectors homies. So, they know him. It was a good episode. Make sure y'all check that out on the In Your Face TV link in your Facebook.
Right.
We on there. So, we knocked that out. Other than that, we just been kicking it, man.
Yeah, man. Like I was telling you, I've been out here coaching little girls basketball for 2 days, right? So let me give y'all the update. You know what I'm saying? This is my update on the Storm, the PSA Storm. You know what I'm saying?
That's the team name?
Shout out to, the Storm is with the name. We got some ill-ass jerseys. I wish they reverse it, like the pink on one side, and they got like the lightning bolts through them joints, and they like the real jersey. Man, it's crazy. Pink and then it's black. Shout out to my daughter. Shout out to Blythe for being amazing. Thank you. Now, my daughter's never played basketball before. So, this is all a new experience for her. You know what I'm saying? But what she has done is shown that she has her father's spirit inside of her.
Yeah.
What's going on with me? So, she's a rebounding animal, a young Dennis Rodman out there.
Yeah.
Like, she gets to it. Like,
young
so I just been working with her on that and her defense, because for her size, she's a pretty, for her age, she's bigger than her sister is like 2 times.
Yeah.
So, like, she's typically the biggest girl on the court. So I'm like, listen, you got to impose your will out here. So she coming into her own, but she enjoys it, man. But the team is good right now. We're 5-1. We tied for first in the league right now. So, this is the second season that I've been participating as an assistant coach. And, I'm just a calm head over there. I'm like, if I had to say my coaching style, I say it's like,
the Zen Master.
I'm more like Lionel Hollins.
You
know what I'm saying? They're like, what was my man's name for the Knicks? The black coach that coached at Atlanta too. What was his name, bro?
Tisdale?
Nah, remember the one with the bald head and the goatee? Talk real smooth. Tisdale too.
Nate McMillan?
Nah, it was Nate McMillan too. He coached for the Hawks for a little bit. He had a bald head though. I'm so mad I can't remember it. I can't. It'll come to me. Come to me. But yeah, man, I just be trying to kind of be calm because I got little girls in the house, bro, and I just.
Homie used to coach LeBron in Cleveland.
It's like Mike Woodson is his name.
Mike Woodson
is his name.
That's what I'm saying. He used to coach Bron in Cleveland.
Yeah. So that I'm just trying to be him. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, be the calming voice amongst everybody that's out there as far as the kids go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's really what I'm trying to aim for. But it's been going, man. I enjoy it. Like at first, I was kind of like. I was a little leery of it because I wasn't really sure how to do or how to coach. So, yeah, man, shout out to them. That's
what's up. Yeah.
Game Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They still play soccer, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how they doing that, but, they making it happen. So I'm not really mad at them, man.
Girl dad definition of it.
Oh, man. So baseball. Let's talk about the little baseball here so we don't got to spend a whole segment there. Before we get into everything else that we got, let's just throw out the baseball thing, right?
America's pastime.
Let's talk about baseball, right? So... my Yankees been done, so my interest has kind of like peaked as far as what I wanted from baseball. Like we kind of done with that, so I understand. Like we done.
Yeah.
But I am surprised to see who made it first to the World Series. The Tampa Bay Rays. Yes.
The Tampa Bay Rays. No, I was a little scared for them with Houston coming back. I was actually surprised that Houston was there after all the cheating allegations and how they said they were already.
Yeah, shout out
the first
to them.
couple of games of when this makeshift season started, they weren't the typical Houston Astros.
Yes.
They were kind of trash. Like they had Verlander out and the other guy, I forget the other pitcher. So they only had one of their aces going all year. So which really sucked. And their bats wasn't catching up. Altuve wasn't hitting. Correa wasn't doing his thing. So they were kind of looking like bums. Like they needed that drum to help them with the, you know what I'm saying, the pitches. That's what it seemed like. But mind you, now they're in the ALCS going up against the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Or, excuse me, Tampa Bay Rays. My bad.
That devil off of there, bro.
Yeah.
That's that old school shit you talking
And they took it back. They made it a 7-game series, which was interesting because they was down, 3-1 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And now it was a 7-game series, but it was a damn good game from what I read.
Let's see what we looking like on the other end. We got the Braves and the Dodgers. So let's see what we looking like.
I think the Braves
2-0. 2-0 right now. The top of the second with 2 outs. The Braves are up 2-0 over the Dodgers. So, game 7. Yeah. Come on, man. Like, the Dodgers have been impressive all year. You know, they find a way to kind of to let that all break down, though, because they pitching is never healthy all the way through. But
yeah. And that's usually y'all money maker right there. Y'all pitching because y'all always have an elite bullpen, especially with Kershaw.
Right.
So it's just to see him have his back troubles again, especially in the playoffs when he's been kicking ass all year.
You would just hope that he would stay healthy long enough to make things happen.
Exactly.
Jeez.
But it never stalls out, though. Y'all will be. I always say this about certain teams. The Dodgers will be the Dodgers until they get over that hump.
Yeah, I agree.
Always will. The Clippers are going to be the Clippers. The Dodgers are going to be the Dodgers.
Very true. Very true. Shout out to everybody in there, man. So far, I see y'all taking your time. Don't worry, we ain't got to nothing yet. I know for all the women folk that join, y'all be gone as soon as we start talking sports. So now is the time for you to get in, okay?
Yeah.
Get in while we not talking sports. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm trying to think of what else maybe it came up this weekend, man. I know the Ice Cube thing, people been talking about that all weekend, but I ain't got nothing for you on that. You can't cancel Ice Cube, so we're going to leave that where it is.
Nah.
Especially not for what he's talking about. Like, the man is simply... And maybe I'm wrong and maybe I'm ignorant to politics, which may be the case. That's completely possible. But I just don't see if he's taking something to both parties, he's not just specifically going to Trump. Now, if Trump and him are playing him, I'm not surprised because they do that. Look at Kanye. He should have knew better.
Exactly.
He should have knew better. You don't trust the Trump administration for nothing. They was gonna play you from the jump. So
exactly. So I'm not really worried about none of this. Just my opinion. Like everybody else can have at it. Hoorah, hoorah.
Exactly.
But
like I said, before you speak on another nigga doing something, make sure you got your affairs in order. That's all I gotta say about that. Niggas still out here talking about Cardi B and her husband and they marital situation, which is so corny. People getting involved in people's makeups and breakups.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know people gonna get back together after they break up, come on, man. Let's not be simple. Stay out of people's business. Like y'all out here choosing sides and they getting back together every time. Of course,
it was gonna just take a little bit of time. They were seeing how much that shit cost to get a divorce, and they was like, nah, let's go ahead and just keep what we got going.
That boy Offset say ain't no prenup.
Ain't no sunshine. Looking at.
He probably not. She probably make a shit ton of money. I wonder who makes the more.
Of course she do. All the sponsors shit Cardi
Think
got.
about it, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Offset. I'm pretty sure Offset popping too, but not like Cardi.
Oh yeah, it got to be a difference in the levels there.
I know it is. What she got? She's sponsored by Reebok, if I'm not mistaken, too.
There's so many deals there.
Pepsi, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen the Migos on anything, let alone Offset on a Doritos or anything commercial.
Man, listen, the Migos got their own bag of chips, nigga. You on drugs.
What you mean?
With a dab of, yes, nigga, with a dab of ranch.
Cardi B got the same shit, too. Now, think about it, yeah. With a dab of ranch. Shut the fuck up.
Them hoes is disgusting. I don't see how people eat them. I tried them. I've eaten a bag of Rap Snacks that was good. Like the Lil Boosie versions is fire.
My homies say the Lil Boosie version of the noodles, they got the Louisiana spicy chicken or some shit like that. He say that shit is A1.
It's
I ain't
fire?
tried it yet. Yeah.
Okay.
I tried the E40, the prime rib joints, and that was a little suspect. I didn't really fuck with it.
That shit all salt, nigga.
Yeah, it had a big picture of E40 with a headband on, you know what I'm saying? So I should have known. But I mean, it was worth it.
I'm not eating nothing that comes from E40. Like,
it's Master P shit. He on Rap Snacks. He just putting these niggas' faces on
I know, but I don't want nothing with E40 on it.
That's just that prime rib.
I don't want no prime rib from E40. I'm good.
E40 Fonzarelli on it, my nigga.
And you went for it.
I went for it. I was
so the type of nigga to eat some E40 cup of noodles.
Come on, man.
Did they have little pieces of prime rib in that hoe? Or it was just prime. How the fuck is some prime rib flavor?
The seasoning in the hoe, shake it up.
Drop a bomb for the prime rib flavor.
You know what I'm saying? Tastes like anything.
Okay. I'm sorry. I heard about him having that. I see he had the Hootie Hoos, the cereal.
The Hootie Hoos. First of all, shout out to the wild ass cereal names.
Yeah, come on, man.
In the WWE, you got the Bootios. The New Day got a cereal called the Bootios. If you didn't know.
Who has that?
The New Day. It's 3 brothers.
Oh my God.
Vince McMahon gave the okay to call this cereal the Bootios. He had it on shelves. He had it on Amazon, and motherfuckers
don't give a fuck. Shout out to him.
Motherfuckers was buying it up. Oh, get this! When I went to the WrestleMania in Cowboy Stadium, these niggas had a big box of Bootios that tipped over, and they came jumping out that giant. All 3 of them. I promise you.
Yeah.
I got pictures of it.
Okay, they get it. They get it past from me.
Okay, so now you
put
got
on a presentation like that. I'm with it.
Exactly, a big box of Bootios. So. Shout out to New Day.
Yeah, shout out to Vince McMahon for being wild.
And then you got Master P with the Hootie Hoo. What'd you say? The Hootie
Hoos. The Hootie Hoos. It's the code of a killer.
Boy, the code of the killer. Shut up. Boy, you got 1,000 tonight.
Stop it. Oh my God, that is amazing, man. That is amazing. Shout out to Master P for covering all bases. I'm never gonna shit on Master P for his entrepreneur efforts. Boy is a fucking hustler of all sorts. Okay, don't play with Master P, Percy Miller, whatever you call him. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so we can get to some sports, man. Let's talk. And I know y'all didn't want to get to this point with me, but I'm gonna get here because the first thing I want to touch on. Yeah, I wouldn't eat nothing called Bootios either. I don't even want to know what that's made from.
Hey, it should look like fucking Cheerios. Yeah, I ain't never had a box of Bootios myself, but you got 3 niggas on there.
I bet it do. So, a little NBA talk. It's only one thing to talk about, you know.
What is
the good
that,
old champions of Los Angeles.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Bombs, horns. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give you all of it. You know what I'm saying? Just for the sake of. Because if we rewind it back to when we first started talking about this,
yeah,
I stuck to my guns. You feel me?
I
had no other choice. Even when the Clippers looked like they was gonna be unbeatable. Psych your mind.
When did they look like that on paper?
Psych your mind. All you fake ass Clipper fans out there, psych your mind. They get y'all every time.
Man, Lob City.
They get y'all every time. When are y'all gonna stop believing in them niggas? When? Niggas ain't never made it out of the second round of the playoffs, and y'all was talking about they was gonna beat the Lakers.
Okay.
The Lakers are the champions. That's all. I'm so happy about it. I'm ecstatic. Like.
So what do you have to say about people calling this a lucky championship for Bron, an easy championship in a bubble, blah blah blah, yada yada yada?
Listen, I call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, and for everybody who don't understand, I had to tell this somebody the other day. If you are a true Laker fan, especially if you come from Los Angeles, you are a fan of the Lakers. Yeah. I don't give a fuck who plays for the team.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just fucking win. That's it. Like, we care about the name of the brand, of what it is and what it represents. Like, LeBron James is just another person on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like, if you went by the top 10 Lakers right now, LeBron isn't in the top 2.
Nah.
So that's not a conversation that we need to have there. Like, it's great that LeBron is there. Y'all can hate him all you want to.
Right on.
I'm just happy that we went from having Jordan Clarkson, Jordan Hill, Julius Randle,
yes, sir.
J.R. Farmer. Like, come on, man. Who am I talking about? Come on. Lonzo Ball.
The bum Lakers.
Give me another one who was there just taking up space.
The no time Lakers.
Come on. I went through all of that with them. So to get to this point after the Kobe era, after that little null for 4 or 5 years, to be back on the other side of this is amazing. Like, LeBron will be gone from there in 2 years or a year or two.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis will be the centerpiece as he should be, and we'll pick up somebody next year. So I was looking at something that was talking about us picking up Derrick Rose, and I was like, oh, I like that. I like the thought of that.
You feel comfortable with Derrick Rose coming? I mean, he's back to being. He's not the same D Rose, of course, but
he can get through a full season, and so he put up 50 in Minnesota.
I was gonna say he was averaging like 20 something.
Yeah, he's a feasible point guard. Hell yeah. So
and his jumper way better than what it was too. So
because I heard about the Chris Paul thing, but Chris Paul is gonna take so much money. Chris Paul has a very large contract.
Yeah. Oh, they still spending on that shit from his LA contract, I think. Or
the Rockets contract that Daryl Morey gave him.
Yeah. Damn. Wow.
That man is getting close. He's gonna get close to 37, 38 million a year for the next 2 years. Damn. So we can't afford to give up. It's gonna take us giving up Kuzma. It's gonna take us giving up pretty much at least 4 core players to get Chris Paul over there. So. I don't see that happening. Same thing for Bradley Beal. I don't see that happening. I've been hearing people talk about that.
Debo was on DeRozan was on the list.
Now that is let's talk about that. Let's talk about the NBA free agents. I ain't gotta go in on we ain't gotta go in on who won the championship with y'all niggas. Y'all know what's up. Just don't hit me up in my comments talking about no basketball, because all y'all niggas that was talking greasy to me before the season started, y'all was real quiet. Shout out to Roderick's Logic though. He the only person that reached out and said congrats that was hating on us all year. Other than that, all of y'all act like I don't remember. I remember, but he was one of the ones that was out there from the jump. You know what I'm saying? So just as far as free agents, I saw an interesting article from Slam where they was talking about, like, they broke it down into tiers, right? So free agent tiers. So you got the prepackaged superstar tier, which is Anthony Davis and Brandon Ingram. Anthony Davis has a player exception, which he's going to opt out of and re-sign with the Lakers.
That nigga's not going nowhere.
He's going back to the Lakers. Shout out to my nigga. I see you in the comments, GS. What's good, bro? Brandon Ingram, which is restricted, he'll probably end up back where he is for the max.
New Orleans.
Yeah. And so then they have the established star tier, which is DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond, Gordon Hayward, Danilo Gallinari, and Mike Conley. Mike Conley has an early termination option, and everybody else has the player exception except for Danilo. I heard about Danilo possibly going to the Lakers as well, so that would be interesting as hell.
Mike Conley's not a bad option either.
Really, that's what I'm saying.
Bringing him on as a point guard just to have the ball.
That's what we need. If Rondo doesn't come back, which I don't think Rondo is coming back, so then that we are going to need somebody there. Then they have, that's an interesting class. I think I was telling somebody the other day, I feel like DeMar DeRozan may end up on the Lakers.
Why not? Go back home.
And it's gonna benefit us because we ain't got to pay him no max money. He ain't coming off a crazy year or nothing like that. Then we got the emerging star tier, which is Fred VanVleet and Montrezl Harrell. The VanVleet thing is interesting. That is interesting. Like I feel a certain way about that, but I just feel like that ticket's gonna be high.
He may stay in Vancouver. Toronto.
It's highly possible.
They love that man out there.
It's highly possible. Montrezl Harrell, I'm not really interested in. I feel like that's more hype than
you can swap that out then, him or the twin.
Right.
That's what I feel like. That'll be the role he plays.
Yeah. Davis Bertans, Christian Wood, and then Malik Beasley. For those who don't watch any basketball, that is no importance to you, so we'll skip those niggas. The proven impact player tier: Serge Ibaka, Bogdan, Jordan Clarkson, Goran Dragic, Otto Porter Jr., Melo, Evan Fournier, Aaron Bynes, Derek Favors, Marc Gasol, Jeremy Grant. I think Jeremy Grant is probably one of the better ones out of this group.
Yeah.
Melo, I'm always gonna be high on. Otto Porter Jr. I
don't think Melo's leaving
3-and-D. No, I think he found a home.
Portland, yeah. They fuck with him out there.
Jordan Clarkson did pretty good in Utah, so he
might come back. Yeah.
Yeah, we just those
kind
of players.
How do you feel about the Dragon, Goran?
I like Goran. If he's healthy, he's a solid contributor.
I heard him going to maybe going to Dallas with Luka and them.
Okay, somebody just put in the comments on Tropic Thunder they had the drink called Booty Sweat.
Oh shit!
See what you started. Yeah. That's all your fault. So shout out to you for starting some bullshit like that. Then we got the elite role player tier. Tim, that's gonna be the question of the show. Would you eat a cereal called Hootie Hoos or cereal called Booty-O's?
Booty-O's.
So we'll keep that out there for y'all because that's ridiculous to me. I still can't believe those
two. The Booty-O's, the Hootie Hoos, or drink some booty sweat. Let's keep it a buck. Shout out to whoever said that in the comments.
That is fucking ridiculous.
A tall glass of booty
Tropic
sweat.
Thunder. That's a classic movie as it is. So we also have the elite role player tier. Tim Hardaway Jr., Joe Harris, Marcus Morris, Paul Millsap, Kelly Olynyk, Dario Saric, Dwight Howard. I seen something about Dwight Howard going to Golden State. How you feel about that?
I think he should stay in LA.
Depends on what they offer him. It's all on what the market
gives you. What do you offer Dwight Howard? Nigga, just sit still. Like, you good. You just won a championship. Nah, motherfuckers won a championship. I mean, he had a vital part in it. I mean, he wasn't the main role, but he did his thing. But don't come here acting like you back to Dwight Howard from 2008. Man, get the fuck out of here.
If he started, give you a 48, what's your per 48, nigga? What you gonna do the whole game?
Exactly. Foul out? Fuck out of here. You wear number 39. Fuck out of here.
You wear number 39. Shut up, nigga.
Fuck out of here.
You got a fucking defensive back number. Shut up. Like, where's your 12 at? You said fuck 12?
A nickelback.
Oh, my God. That is stupid. Okay, the repurposed veteran tier, Tristan Thompson. I hope DeMarcus Cousins come back to the Lakers. I do. Isaiah Thomas says he's fully healthy, so we'll see. Austin Rivers showed out in Houston.
Is niggas checking for Isaiah Thomas, though?
No, you know they not. That is the most... the furthest drop from glory that I've ever seen. You carrying that Celtics team in the playoffs to now can't even find a spot. That's depressing and disappointing. That's what you get for being 5'8", 5'7". It's hard out here though. Shout out to Earl Boykins. Shout out to Muggsy Bogues. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Niggas held it down under 5'7". But no, I think Isaiah Thomas will be decent if he can find a spot. He just needs to find a role and accept it.
He wasn't bad in Washington last year or year before.
He just was hurt. He's been hurt for like 3 or 4 years in a row. Enes Kanter, if you like a center that plays offense only and no defense. Jeff Teague is a solid off the repurposed veteran. That's a very good way to describe him. Hassan Whiteside, I'm not big on. You spend a lot of money on him for nothing. And Bobby Portis is probably going to beat whatever niggas up on your team as soon as he gets there. Exactly. So you may not want him on your team. They actually lost a player because he beat him up and he didn't want to play with him no more.
I forgot about that.
The high ceiling rotation piece tier, DeAnthony Melton, Harry Giles, who I'm so disappointed in at this point in his career. Jacob, I'm not finna name these extra people. Nobody cares about them.
And this is the free agents for next or this year.
Yeah, the free agents coming up. So the veteran support tier: Jay Crowder, Nerlens Noel, DJ Augustine, Mason Plumlee, Nick Batum, Reggie Jackson, Kyle Korver, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and Avery Bradley. How you feel about them saying Avery Bradley should still get a championship even though he didn't play?
I said this in the comments. I think in one of y'all's posts, like, man, don't get no damn championship. Just like, you had a chance to opt in and play. You ain't want to. Granted, whatever you did outside the court, you know what I'm saying, kudos to you, but no play, no ring to me.
Yeah, I'm a little. I know they say he was doing his thing outside and helping out like the WNBA, like funding some of their shit and doing all of that.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to you, but you know what I'm saying? You took yourself away from basketball. Meaning, I feel like you forfeited all your shit. You wasn't even sitting on like Deion Waiters. You wasn't even sitting there in street clothes.
Then we used to hoop with his brother or something like that.
I forget his name. Tim something. Shout out to the boy though. Shout out to Tim Brown.
Shout out to my guy, man. Yeah, for real. It's all over, nigga. He'll represent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Man, we was niggas is hooping with some ex overseas hoopers the other night. Some 40+ overseas hoopers. I was like, damn, y'all niggas over 40. Y'all out here killing.
I'm like, winded. Looking like I still got it.
Boy, I was hurt for 3 days after playing them games at 25. Like I feel 42 out here.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I like looking at this list. It's interesting to see all these people. Most of these people end up back on the same team that they on. So I think there'll be that few that maybe make some movement. But it'll be interesting to see how the Lakers retool and who they get and how that all works out. But they're gonna get somebody.
They're gonna have to. Them Warriors is coming back next year.
And think about last year. It was who wanted to play for the Clippers instead of the Lakers. How Lakers was missing out on everybody. Nobody wanted to play with LeBron, right? So let's see how this season goes.
Everybody jump back.
Watch fucking hypes. Think about them. They said that the first time when he went to Cleveland, then he won a championship, and then think about all them niggas that was on the bench that next year.
Well, everybody.
Nigga had Dwayne Wade, Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose. They had all these people on that team, bro, and nothing happened with that. They just flailed out.
Kick got rid of all of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, for real. LeBron.
Before the end of the season, and then still went to the finals.
Shout out to GM LeBron. That man works wonders.
He didn't even keep D Wade.
Hell no. That nigga said, bro, I love you, but
this ain't it.
This ain't it.
06.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to talk about a little basketball since that's the end of it, and we'll be right back around to some basketball here soon anyway. So shout out to the Lakers for bringing it home, man. That was special. I mean, it was a little bit different considering the circumstances, but hey, if you put teams in there and tell them to win, whoever wins, call it the bubble championship. Fuck it.
Before we switch it, what do you think Giannis gonna do?
Giannis is going to stay in Milwaukee.
Think so.
Milwaukee will shift shit around and get Chris Paul there. You see what I'm saying? They'll do that. Because all those players are expendable when it comes to somebody like Chris Paul. Adding him with Giannis is like paramount. So
yeah, you're right.
I think they'll do what they have to do to get other players in there, and we'll see how that works out for them. I don't think he's gonna go nowhere.
Don't nobody win in Milwaukee though.
Nah,
he need to get out of there.
He got that Kobe shit in him too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's big on that.
Kobe wanted to leave too.
He did. Niggas
a couple times.
Listen, but when I was coming to Texas, bro, this was what 2004 when I was on my way here. The big story on the news at that point in time was whether Kobe was finna go to the Clippers. That was the biggest conversation. He was fed up with the Lakers and he was finna go to the Clippers.
I remember that.
And then they satisfied his quest to get another player here. We got Pau Gasol. We got everybody stepping up. Ron Artest, all of that, and then there we go. We win a championship. But Kobe was about to go to the Clippers. At least he was threatening to do so. So he also had a time where he wanted to go to Chicago. I remember that little conversation. But yeah, he wanted to. He just never did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
stay put.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Giannis will stay. I think I just don't see him going and joining up with nobody. Like, I don't see that being his personality, but maybe I don't know who or what, nothing about
If
that.
anything, I think he'll go to a team with one of his brothers. I've seen him talk about that before. Wanting to play with his brothers. So
okay, we'll come play with the one
that means that's
LA.
LA, and I think, Dallas got the other Antetokounmpo?
Nah, they both play on the Bucks.
Oh, the other one does too? Okay. I forgot I thought he was still in Dallas.
Yeah, they both on the Bucks, and then the one for the Lakers.
Yeah.
So let's see. Tomorrow's game, of course, we'll get into some NFL talk, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it.
So tomorrow's game, Monday night, we got the Cardinals and the Cowboys, and then I believe there's another game tomorrow too. But the one I really care about is this one.
Mm-hmm.
How you think this game gonna go?
Oh, I think I don't know. We're gonna see what the Red Ranger's gonna do. Ain't that what you call them? Or the Red? The Red Ranger.
My boy.
Good old Andy Dalton back home. Are they playing in Arizona or here?
It's here.
In here? Oh. So the boy's back home.
He has an impeccable record in Cowboy Stadium. That boy said he won 3 high school championships.
Oh, shit.
He's played numerous games as far as in his college career there. I think he said he's played 8 times in Jerry World.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So he's going to come show out. Yeah, this ain't nothing to him.
He's not gonna play around.
So I think honestly, I'm going to give a lot of love to Andy Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I mean, he wasn't bad in Cincinnati. Like I said before, you had a bad team.
Right.
That ain't your fault. That's the GM's fault. And you got in here, you got your weapons, you got the Amaris, you got your Gallups, the CDs,
you don't have that Cowboys offensive line that
Zeke's. But
that's
still, I mean, you really got so many options. If you're getting rid of that bitch quick enough, you can get one of them.
He better.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do. And his only downfall is the Cowboys defense is trash.
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
So he's gonna have to score a lot.
He's gonna have to run the score up. He's gonna have to run these score up.
It ain't that offense cannot be stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
If Dak was literally out here putting up the kind of numbers that he was to keep that team afloat, that's the bar that's set there for you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have any option to do anything else, bro.
Nah, you can't slack off a bit. He was scoring hella points every game.
Like, the boy had to come back from numerous lost leads, and making comebacks just to get to where he was. So
because their defense is terrible. Their secondary, the defensive line is subpar. I mean, you got your flashes in the pan, but the secondary is what's killing him.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see if he can go about it in that manner. But
no, I don't think Earl Thomas can help. Like, leader veteran, you can tell the man's lost a step ever since he broke that ankle. Like, he may come in and give y'all a hoorah here, but y'all need to go get somebody that's gonna play that position. I don't know why they don't like
draft it.
They don't like drafting safeties.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, at
They
least
do
one.
not like drafting safeties.
Picked up Clinton Dix. I knew that shit wasn't gonna work. Like, y'all really, it's just something for those players that people don't use anymore. Like, if a team, and that's kind of my only worry with Andy Dalton, because rarely does a team let go of a player that they drafted and invested in, not only their first big contract, all of that, and then eventually he just phases out. Like, that loyalty is buried deep within the GM at the time, the owner, because that's a mutual decision that everybody makes. And so for them to give up on him, that's my only concern. Earl Thomas as well. For you to get let go from Seattle, where you won a Super Bowl, where you were a part of one of the greatest defensive setups of all time, it's just tough for me to believe you still got it. And
but you got to think though, in Seattle, that whole defense was already gone. You got Cam Chancellor was already gone. The only person was there was Bobby Jackson or Bobby Wagner. My bad.
Yeah. Is he still there?
Yeah, he is. He's still there.
KJ, right? Is he still there?
I'm not sure about KJ, but I know Sherman was already gone, so you still just got them there.
All right.
And Earl Thomas, like, he was ready to get up out of there.
All right.
I can understand.
Live look at the 49ers versus the Rams. 49ers up 14-0, 10 minutes and 42 seconds to go before the half.
Man, and I got the damn Rams defense.
Ooh, they got 0 points.
Man, these niggas got 4 right now.
Got a few stops.
We on the money.
All right. Let me see. Give me some celebratory music. Something that's gonna make me feel good real quick, because I had something happen today. I feel. Let's give me this. I had something happen today that hasn't happened all season.
All right. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Goddamn right.
Yes, sir.
New York Giants get a win. A win in a professional football game. We got a win.
Yes.
Hell you mean?
Yes,
now,
sir.
It was against a team that doesn't have a name. Take that however you may.
Washington.
Take it however you may. You feel me? Like,
that's a division win though, so
it matters a little bit.
That's even sweeter on y'all part.
Matters a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
So now y'all are in a 3-way tie because y'all were in last place.
1-5,
right?
and the Cowboys may suck with Dalton, so there may be a chance. Okay, the Eagles had to play Hurts today, but that's something else we can talk about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't expect that to come. So I don't know if he was hurt. I didn't even get a chance to watch the game. So hopefully I'm gonna find out a little bit about it here in a second, and we can discuss that. Shout out to everybody watching, man. Tell me, answer this question: are y'all eating a bowl of cereal called Booty O's?
Yeah.
Hootie Hoos. Or drinking a juice.
A tall glass of booty sweat. A drink called booty sweat.
Shout out to everybody, man.
I don't know what the flavor is.
Catch us out. You know what the flavor is.
Nah, I don't know what the
flavor in your ear. Like
the flavor in your ear.
Shout out to everybody, man. Catch us on the Beast Radio if you miss us here. You can catch us at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Beast Radio, on the Beast Radio app as well if you have it. And also catch us at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on the Beast Radio, man.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I seen Kyle Allen playing for Washington. He had a very mediocre game, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 280 yards.
Yep.
So, you know, he filled in admirably for the boy. I mean, I'm still kind of intrigued about how they set Haskins down.
Oh.
So, but I ain't going to get
into that.
He
had an injury, if I'm not mistaken. Or he was
just set that boy down. Yeah, they set him down. I looked into it. There wasn't no injury.
Not this week. Well, this week maybe it wasn't. I thought he came with something wrong with him a couple weeks ago.
They was tired of that boy's play. Maybe it is an injury and they just, treating it a certain way. Daniel Jones didn't look no better.
Danny Dimes.
12 of 19, 112 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Maybe he wasn't pressured as much, but he didn't really just blow it out the water.
Nah.
Now, Danny Dimes did have 7 carries for 74 yards. So
was getting somewhere.
Averaging 10.6 yards a carry.
He did have a long run, I seen.
Yeah, Devonta Freeman been doing pretty well for the Giants, man. But listen, you talking about a team that has no hopes to go nowhere fast. So Washington, I will not give any more stats pertaining to you all's game because I don't give a damn about y'all. Y'all lost and we won. That's all that mattered in that game. We also have the Texans versus the Titans.
That was an overtime game, if I'm not mistaken. And how do you feel about Derrick Henry taking the moniker King Henry? You think it's too many kings around in sports? You got LeBron. Think that's one king too many?
Nah, I feel it's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Think so?
I don't think he can even be compared to LeBron. I don't even think it could be. He needs to win something first.
Okay.
You can't. What are you king of?
That's what I'm saying. What was LeBron king of? They called that motherfucker king coming out the gate.
That's
03.
true. That's true. King James.
They didn't call Derrick Henry King Henry until a couple years ago. So
who calls him that?
No, they always saying that shit on ESPN and Fox Sports. King Henry.
I know it's from a moniker from another thing.
Yeah,
I know you took it from something else.
They great kings, but I mean.
But yeah, win a Super Bowl, my G.
Okay.
Like LeBron they gave it to him, but he lived up to the expectations. So if somebody gave you that name, he's a beast. Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
But no king.
Yeah, I'm not really with that. Deshaun Watson had a very decent game. 335 yards, 4 touchdowns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill, 364, 4 touchdowns.
That motherfucker's chunking that bitch around.
Shout out to Ryan Tannehill.
I told you this once we first started talking about football that Ryan Tannehill was going to do something with these Tennessee Titans.
Jeez.
New scenery, and then I'm thinking Andy Dalton may have the same. I think we brought that up.
Yeah.
New scenery. He may have something to do.
Because they didn't expect Ryan Tannehill to start when he got to the Titans either, so that could be the same thing.
Because he was backing up, I think they traded for him. Yeah,
Mariota was there, and then he
came in and went on a 5-game win streak, got to the playoffs, and then got deep into the playoffs. If I'm not mistaken, last year.
Mariota is such a disappointment. He went to Oakland. Derek Carr was like, nope, nigga, this is my job. Yeah. He got better immediately. You're not getting this one, my boy.
Turn that switch on.
So that game ended. Titans won 42-36. The Titans are playing great football, 5-0 right now. For them to have the little layoff that they had and to be able to still get to it. Shout out to everybody watching, man. For if you just jumped in,
man,
listen, tell me how you feel. Would you eat a cereal called Booty O's?
Booty O's. Shout out to the new day.
Or Hootie Hoos.
Master P.
I'm gonna leave the booty sweat thing out because that's Tropic Thunder's thing. That's ain't nobody. If a nigga
these are actual things you can go get on the show.
If a nigga hops in the comment and be like, hell yeah, I'll take a sip of that. Nah, nigga, you get out the show, get out the live, leave us alone, nigga.
Yeah.
So the Bengals and Colts 31-27.
Let's shout out Derrick Henry real quick.
Shout out Derrick Henry.
212, 2 touchdowns. The boy is known for getting 200-yard games. Yeah. He had a couple last year. He's already got one this year today.
I think he had a 94-yard run.
Exactly. He's known for doing it. I think he had 2 99-yard runs last year, if I'm not mistaken, and another one before that. So.
No booty-os for you, Brian. All right, my G, I feel you. You know, take it how you may. There's some niggas out here that like it, bro. I don't know who they are, but
good old Booty-O's.
Fun times. Will Fuller had a crazy game too. 6 catches, 123 yards.
Yeah.
Anthony Ferksker, I don't know who that is. They got to be a tight end. 8 receptions, 113 yards and a touchdown. And Adam Humphries had a pretty decent game as well.
Yeah.
David Johnson had a pretty decent game. 19 carries, 57 yards and a touchdown. He's been average, Nothing like King Henry though.
That boy, King Henry.
You fucking with them hootie hoos, H? I don't know, bro. Like I don't even know what's the flavor. Can we get like a breakdown on what's the actual
an apple
flavor?
Cinnamon flavor?
Let's see. Hold on. Let's go look that up because I want to know what the actual flavor of Master P's hootie hoos. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a very interesting. Are they like? It's got to be some. It got to be like a honey type of flavor. You know what I'm saying?
It gotta be.
But what's a hootie though? No, not the song. Hootie Hoos cereal. Yeah, I know what the song is, nigga. That's the code of a killer. I just told you.
Hey.
Hootie Hoos cereal. There we go. Give me some information about this. So anybody that's had them, please fill me in on what you think.
Shout me out what the Hootie Hoos cereal is all about.
Yeah, my man is just working. This is him with his spiel. Started from the bottom, now we here. They can't beat us, so they might as well join us. Yeah. So this ain't giving me no information about what the hootie flavor is, and I'm not finna listen to Master P talk about it either, because he gonna give me a long spiel about who's the hater in your neighborhood and all that. I don't got time for that. So I'm gonna guess it's like some honey. It's 2 different flavors up there. So I'm seeing in this picture, it looks like one may be like an Applejack type flavor, and one looks like the honey nut.
Apple cinnamon.
Apple cinnamon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
you got the Fruit Loop type Hootie Hoos.
Nigga say can't no nigga smoke with me if he eat Booty-O's. Nah, I'm not passing you that blood, my G. You good.
But if a nigga don't tell you, yo, my nigga, I had a big bowl of Booty-O's today, you ain't gonna know. I think you're gonna be passing this shit back and forth to him.
Here, bro, hit this blood.
Yeah, until mid-joint.
No,
yo,
nigga,
man.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, what you eat for breakfast, my nigga?
Explain yourself, nigga. What's wrong with you?
Giving niggas the shakedown.
All right, man. With the Bengals and the Colts had better win that game, but they won barely. They won by 4 points. You see what I'm saying? Joe Burrow had another 300-yard game. He did throw a pick. Phillip Rivers finally came out of his shell for 371 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. They've been talking crazy about Phillip Rivers too, so he needed to do that.
Think about it. Well, I mean, the knowledge though about Phillip Rivers, he never starts off hot.
Nah.
It always takes him a couple of games to get warmed up. Then he starts throwing the ball around.
Phillip Rivers got like 9 kids too. Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he from Texas somewhere. From
got 9 kids. He out here.
He's from Tennessee.
Nah, I don't know. He country
one
shit,
of them,
though,
yeah.
whichever one it is.
Forgive me, Phillip Rivers.
Joe Mixon got hurt this game. I don't think he came back because he ended with 18 carries. So I think he got hurt and was out. He did score a touchdown. So if you had him on your fantasy team, you got a little money from him. Jonathan Taylor, 12 carries, 60 yards. If you care about that kind of shit. Marcus Johnson, 5 catches, 108 yards. Trey Burton did decent. That's the tight end from Chicago.
Do they even use T.Y. Hilton out there anymore?
Not this game. My boy had 1 catch for 11 yards.
Man.
I guess he ain't a Phillip Rivers guy. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you are in here, the question of the night: would you eat a cereal called Booty-O's or a cereal called Hootie Hoos? That is the question of the night. Don't come in here if you don't want to answer that question. Shout out to the Colts winning that game. The Colts are a solid team, though. I'm not mad at them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at the Colts at all.
Now they starting to get their shit together.
They win because of their defense, though. It's not because of it's in spite of Phillip Rivers at this point in time. Falcons win a game 40-23. Shout out to them for not blowing the lead. 40-23. They beat up on the Vikings. The Vikings are a supreme disappointment.
Man. Is it? Do we blame that on Kirk Cousins or would we blame that on that defense?
They got $86 million guaranteed, and I'm not want to count somebody's money. Lord knows that don't got nothing to do with your performance. But to pay him that much money for him to play the way he does is a bit strange.
And the defense is suspect, though.
Right.
You can't put that all on him.
Right. So
but you can put the majority of it.
Put a lot of it on him because of the way he played. Like I think when I was listening to the game, and at a certain point, he had already had 3 interceptions, and they was in the first half.
Damn. Yeah.
So he ended the game with 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. I thought y'all was gonna do better than that against the Bucs, but we'll get to that. The Falcons they needed this win, man. It's been a rough year for them. So them losing this game would have been tough.
0-5.
And the Vikings are such a letdown. People was talking about them like they was gonna make the Super Bowl this year. So for them to be playing the way that they playing, that's just a little
coming
strange.
off the season they had though last year. You expected a lot more from them, but they've been trash. Shout out to Julio Jones though. The boy had 8 receptions, 137 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
the model of consistency. If he don't do nothing else, he gonna get his bread. So
get that money.
Yeah. On the other side, though, Justin Jefferson is coming through. 9 catches, 166 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Russell Gage did all right. Irv Smith Jr. did all right. Todd Gurley, 20 carries for 47 yards. He's been very pedestrian this year, so not really surprised there.
Yeah.
Next game on the list is a little bit concerning for me when it comes to the Patriots. Now, for those that didn't know it, the Patriots are now under 500 for the first time in about 20 fucking years.
20 years.
So
boy Tom been there.
We bring up this question. Is it Belichick?
No.
Or is it Brady?
I'm not going to say it's either.
Chicken or the egg?
Actually, I'm going to say, okay, maybe it's Brady. But you got to think, though, take this in consideration.
Okay.
Cam's been out for 2 weeks, COVID. He has been around the team. He hasn't had his proper reps yet. And you coming right back into the football game, being off of that, you don't have your rhythm back.
The difference is Brady wouldn't have been out.
Brady wouldn't have caught COVID. Is that what you're saying?
Brady wouldn't have
caught COVID.
He didn't catch, he ain't caught it.
Yeah, well, I guess you're
he
right.
He caught it, and then Brady was a model of consistency as far as games played as well. So I think if you put those factors in there and look at the team, because they wouldn't have made no different moves if Brady was still there. He would have been playing with that same roster.
Yeah, but this is still new for Cam, though. This is only, 5 games in. You got to take into consideration. And a Belichick offense. It's the whole, think about it. This ain't a Dan Quinn offense or a Ron Rivera offense.
What's the
Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniel offense. Exactly.
Which has been a Super Bowl offense.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
But you've been run by the same guy for what? How long has Tom been in the league? 17 years, 18 years?
Yeah, and I don't get why they feel like they need to change the system to make Cam run as much, but I don't know if that's because of limitations for him.
Because they ain't never had that. Tom ain't never been able to do that. So
17-25 for Cam, 157 yards and 2 picks, no touchdowns. He had a rough game. It was a rough game. They got to that boy 4 times too. Broncos defense is pretty tough. Philip Lindsay had a good game coming back from injury. Melvin Gordon didn't play because of injury, so Philip Lindsay came out and gave him 23 carries, 101 yards. Drew Lock played a decent game.
Okay, Drew. He back, I think. His first week back.
Yeah, so interesting game now. It's a little bit concerning, but I thought that was interesting to see the way that Brady performed in the game against Green Bay and to see how it's going here and there. And then Brady has that whole thing of like LeBron had. Like, you played in the AFC all these years. Can you come to the NFC and do it? And so far, he's showing that he can. So shout out to him. We'll see how this season ends and, how the Patriots retool and what they do going through it.
I think they'll be all right. Just once Cam gets stuck in there for a consistent amount of games, consecutive amount of games, he'll be all right.
One thing that ain't going to happen is they're not going to win this division like they've been doing it. The Bills pretty much got that wrap. So the Browns and the Steelers beat up on the Browns. So that's really.
I'm not really surprised by that.
Hell nah, 38-7.
The way the Steelers been playing this year.
That defense is tragic to anybody running up against it, man. Like, it is tragic.
Big Ben has been balling like a motherfucker, as he always does.
Ravens have a nice bounce back game against the Eagles, 30-27. So let's see. Let's look at the box score and see what happened with your boy. Because I do want to get to that one.
I think he just had a good game because I had him on my bench in my fantasy, and he had like 3 touchdowns, 300-some yards.
Right. So the Steelers game, before we move, that pretty much went. These are the wrong stats. I'm tripping on here. So the Steelers game was a wash. There's no reason for us to even go into that. They just got their ass beat. I ain't even gonna go into the box score there. The Eagles and the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
So let's go into the actual box score here. Lamar Jackson did what Lamar Jackson does. 186 yards, 186 yards passing with 1 touchdown, but he also had 108 yards rushing with a touchdown. So you take those kind of performances.
That's a Lamar Jackson type game.
Yeah, he had his type of game. Wentz had 213 yards.
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns. So maybe I was looking at Jalen Hurts got in for 2 running plays. So that's what I was seeing. I'm like, I knew I saw him get in. So maybe he just was coming in and change of pace type of thing. I ain't mad at that.
A little decoy.
Right. Lamar Jackson, man. Same with him.
J.K. Down 28 yards.
Hollywood Brown. 4 catches, 57 yards. So it looks like they, close game, 30-28. Eagles just can't catch a break. That tie still holds them down, though. So, maybe if the Cowboys lose 4 games.
They all tied in last place in that division. Okay,
matchup being trash. NFC least. Throw all the jokes out there that you feel. Bears beat the Panthers. Panthers look a little bit dejected right now. They got to figure out whatever's going on there. They started off hot, but it seems like they kind of
fizzing out.
Yeah,
they're just catching up to them.
And the Bears are consistent right now.
5-1. Shout out to the Bears for 5-1.
Shout out to that.
Nick Foles is
he's doing his part.
Is he the answer though? After 2 games,
if they winning, you got to say yeah. If they winning, you got to say yeah.
Tricky Nicky.
Until they lose, they made the right decision with putting him in there. So we take.
Are they a threat at 5-1 though? Are they the best? I heard this on the commercial, on the ESPN commercial. Are the Bears the best 5-1 team? Let's say that since they're 5-1 now, are they the best 5-1 team going?
Nah, because then you'd have to, if the Bills win, they 5-1, or the Chiefs are 4-1. So no, I wouldn't say that. I just think schedule on top of right timing, is why they are where they are right now. So I don't want to jump the gun and give them too much credit for anything at this point in time. But they're doing what they're supposed to do, and that's all you can really ask them to do. Nick Foles as a starting quarterback is always like, so we'll see how it goes though. Like that's a tough division, even with everybody else that's in it right now losing today. So. Well, except for the Lions. Get to the next one. Shout out to the Lions. Shout out to D Swift, because I definitely had my boy on my fantasy team, and he showed out today, and I needed it. The Lions beat the Jaguars 34-16.
The 2-3 Lions at the 1-5 Jaguars.
Matt Stafford, Gardner Minshew. That boy's gonna be gone next year.
Put Minshew?
Yes, he's going to be gone.
They rebuilding that whole team.
They got to. James Robinson running the ball. Boy had 12 carries, 29 yards. Get them the fuck out of here. DeAndre Swift, 14 carries, 116 yards. AP, 15 and 40.
My boy AP out here
doing
pushing
his thing,
almost 40 and still here running the ball.
Hall of Fame AP, my boy.
Yeah, you got to give it to him.
Yeah, so the Lions.
One catch for 18 yards. Okay.
I say the Lions is in contention to be one of the best teams in that division. If they could square it off, they'd have to beat the. Now, if the Bears can just dominate the division, then yeah, that's what we got to hold it. But that go back to what we was just talking about with H. Like, man, if the Packers got the stranglehold on it as far as I'm concerned. Like, that's the best team in that division, if you ask me, because I'm basing it on the quarterback play. But there's
disappointing though.
Exactly. Got to be able to finish in that NFC, and playing against Tom Brady now. Having Tom Brady to play against every year is going to be
it's a shakeup.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that game, 38-10, the Bucs win.
My boy Tom Brady comes through.
166 for 2 touchdowns. Ronald Jones had 23 carries for 113 yards. It looks like the defense held Jamal Williams to 34 rushing yards. A.J. Dillon, same there, 31 rushing yards. Aaron Jones, 10 of 15. So they wasn't able to get anything going on the ground.
Or the air. Sure.
Yeah, he said they stink it up after every bye week. That's a true fan that could tell you that.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers won. Yeah, I mean, look at those numbers. Aaron Rodgers 160 with 2 picks. The Bucs defense ain't that crazy.
Nah.
Now, what's super trash is the fact that I just released Gronk off my fantasy team, only for him to turn around the next weekend to score a touchdown.
5 for 78.
And I pick up Tyler Eifert. Guess how many points my boy scored me today?
How much?
Drum roll.
-2.
None.
Ooh.
Piece of shit. He won't see another day, I tell you that.
So what do you think about, how do you feel about, first of all, the Packers in this division with taking this L to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, and how do you feel about Tom Brady going forward with this team? It's been kind of wishy-washy week to week.
I think with the Packers, it's always up in the air. It's always up in the air because they have a tendency to just play like awesome football, especially offensively. It always hinges on their defense. Their defense and their ability to keep the ball, time of possession, keep the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hand more than you can in the other quarterback's hand if your defense ain't gonna be strong. Just maintain. But even in this game, bro, you look at they scored 10 points in the first quarter. They didn't score again the rest of the game. So, they got busy early, so they're gonna have to clean that up, especially if the Bears are who they look like they are. Shout out to everybody watching, man. Share if you can.
Click
if you ain't done it already, please,
for your boy.
As far as Tom Brady goes, I feel like as long as he's there, you're able to get somebody who knows what to do in the right type of situations, man, and that's needed out here. Like, that's a big deal. So even though he's not blowing you out of the water with the numbers, he's efficient. Like his QB rating was 105 today. So you don't really get any better than that as far as your quarterback play goes, even if he's not putting up big numbers.
Yeah. And it's Tom Brady, the GOAT.
Come on, man.
You got him on your team, you got a chance.
You counting on him to get you in the playoffs. You're not counting on him. You're not looking for him to do anything in the regular season. You're just looking for him to make it there. So
exactly.
We got the Chiefs and the Bills tomorrow. That's a pretty big game, though. I said I didn't care about whoever it was, but that's a pretty significant game. That was at 4:00.
That joint's playing early.
I ain't even gonna be off work by the time they come on. Like, damn.
So how do you feel about the Chiefs picking up Le'Veon?
Oh my God! Shout out to them for that. Like, if y'all think Le'Veon Bell ain't got it no more, you are sadly mistaken,
he was just
my boy.
In New York on a trash ass team, trash New York Jets team.
Man, he is finna show his ass. Pause.
You think he's not?
Yeah.
You think he's not? Now they're going to opt him for more running plays, and he's a decent receiver, excellent receiver. I'll take that back.
Hell yeah.
An excellent wide receiver when he splits out.
Man, and think about whose team he's going to in the offense that he's going to play in.
Andy Reid.
Come on, man.
They finna have the same shit he was doing with LaShawn McCoy in the heyday of the Eagles when he was there. Same thing. Le'Veon, Shady McCoy 2.0 is what he's finna be.
What he was doing with Kareem Hunt before Kareem Hunt got stupid and put his hands on a woman.
Exactly.
Stupid nigga. Cardinals, Cowboys, we kind of talked about that. So those are two games y'all can tune into tomorrow. Y'all Cowboys fans can see if y'all team can withstand the rain, as Shaq would say. Exactly. The Dolphins beat up on the Jets. If you care about that dumpster fest, Fitz out there getting busy again. 3 touchdowns, 191 yards. So if y'all care about the Jets losing another game and being 0-6, there you go, baby. You got it.
There you go.
Let me see. Did we miss any other one? Any other one? We got them all. Okay.
How the baseball game looking?
Let's go back.
So how do y'all Cowboy fans feel about y'all matchup tomorrow, Monday Night Football? Y'all got the spotlight in these last little couple minutes. How do y'all feel about
they so lost?
Y'all being in prime time with no defense?
Braves 2, Dodgers 2, so it's tied up. Top of the fourth.
Nice.
No, they don't feel no way. They don't know what to feel. They overly optimistic because they don't know what comes next. Shout out to that boy Rod T. That boy said he went and bought an Andy Dalton jersey though, so you finna see. He wilding with that.
Dedication. That's a true Cowboy fan right there. He
wilding with that. He wilding. I had some stuff about. Let's see. We'll run through a few of the happenings in college football. We ain't got to touch on that. We got a little bit of time. If you were in the college football yesterday, you would have saw as far as top 25 teams, Texas A&M beat up on Mississippi State 28-14. Notre Dame beat Louisville. Number 4 Notre Dame beat Louisville 12-7.
Yes, sir.
South Carolina and Auburn, which was a good game. I saw a lot of this game. 30-22 for the upset. Clemson beat the pants off of Georgia Tech 73-7 with Trevor Lawrence throwing 5 touchdowns.
It was 52 or 53 something at halftime. So
the pants were beat off of them boys
already.
Shit.
That's bananas.
Miami beat up on Pitt. Number 13 Miami beat up on Pitt 31-19. Kentucky, unranked Kentucky beat number 18 ranked Tennessee 34-7. Tennessee is always so disappointing, man. I don't get what it is about them. Like, why can't they just get that together? Like,
what's the Peyton no more?
That's true.
Back in the heyday when Peyton was balling out there.
Yeah. What else did we have? Coastal Carolina beat number 21 Louisiana, another upset 30-27. The Raging Cajuns on that ass. Okay,
yes,
if you didn't know, SMU continues to play good football. Number 17 SMU beat Tulane 37-34. BYU number 14 43, Houston 26. BYU did what they were supposed to do. They're pretty solid though. I seen a lot of conversation about them on College Game Day before the game, and I didn't know they was as good as they were. So shout out to them for informing me. Number 23 Virginia Tech 40, Boston College 14, whatever there. Game of the night though, number 2 Alabama 41, number 3 Georgia 24. Alabama's offense is crazy.
Yes sir, they are.
Like, Nick Saban has converted completely to this new age wave of football, and it is scary what them wide receivers are doing out there.
They didn't even know Nick Saban was going to coach. He had the positive test of COVID a couple of days ago, and then came through with 3 consecutive days.
3 straight,
yeah. And they said so they canceled that first one out as being a false positive. So,
right.
Shout out to whatever that was, and Nick Saban being okay about that. He was down on the sideline that game and coaching his boys to a victory.
Man, and they was out there getting to it. So if you're a wide receiver, it's not just Clemson. Apparently Alabama's coming around too, and it's not just defense. Apparently Georgia was a team that was supposed to be known for the defense this year, and they got the pants beat off of them. So
what do you say when Bama comes to town?
Yeah, shout out to Mac Jones, man. That boy's out there stretching the field in a way that no quarterback at Alabama has been able to do the past couple years. So I was giving him another look. Yeah, shout out to him for that. Let's see. Florida State 31 beat number 5 North Carolina 31-28. A few costly drops on the side of North Carolina cost them. So that's just a little top 25 action. Again, some of the top 25 haven't even played a game yet. Ohio State is on there. So take that for what you may. They on there at 0-0 and they probably ain't even budged. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna hold our spot down at number 9 until we get here. Fuck out of here. Because they know Ohio State probably the best team in the country anyway. So you take that as you may. I think that's it, man. We'll check. Hold on, let's see the live scores for the football games. What we looking like on that? Before we get out, because there was a game going on. 14-6, the 49ers are up by 8 on top of the Rams. How you feel about the Rams this year? Solid, right?
Yeah. So far, they're getting the job done. What they got, I don't expect them to do too much. But, I mean, we'll see. Aaron, you can't forget about Aaron Donald.
Right.
That defense is okay. And Jalen Ramsey back there. So, defense pretty good.
Right. Okay. I think that was the only other game that we had missed out on. Let me see. Anything else? Oh,
baseball
man.
Still 2-2?
Yeah. Got an episode of Life Behind Bars we filming this week. That's a pretty big deal. So
yeah.
Make sure y'all tune in Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. We will be live on the AllOva Media page.
Yes, sir. Who you got on there for me?
I have my man Mousequake, the incomparable producer engineer from the Dallas-Fort Worth area here, who's worked with everybody, man. Like I'm talking about cater to celebrity artists, also the locals. Actually, if you saw the Survival of the Illest, a lot of those records from Rakim were either produced by or engineered by Mousequake because they work real closely. So shout out to Mousequake. We also got DJ Mike B. My guy who's been all over the place, man. If you probably seen this man all over and didn't even know it was him.
Yes, sir.
He get numerous locations in Deep Ellum. You can catch my man clubbing and DJing there. Works closely with his own. He's a visual DJ too, so he has like different setups with like visual graphics on the walls. It's crazy, man. But he did some work with Erykah Badu. He works closely with her on. I know he was responsible for her backdrop on the verses she had against Jill Scott. So very tied in with the Dallas area as well. So we're gonna have him on. And then we got Roderick Pullum from the Dallas Observer, who's a writer, photographer. Writes pretty much covers the music scene here in the city, man. And that's a big deal. The three of them coming in to sit down and talk with us to kind of give some game to everybody that, if you got some questions you want to ask them, get in the comments, man. We got my boy Huey filming.
Yes, sir.
We'll have Rati co-hosting.
Rati.
Shout out to my guy. And just see how that goes, man. So I definitely want everybody to tune in and check us out.
Yes,
Anything else we missing?
I think we covered everything.
Gucci.
So far, so good. Good old Sunday night.
Y'all be good out there, man. Be safe. Wake up for work tomorrow. Don't call in if your team lost or some shit like that. That's corny. You know what I'm saying? Just get over it. It's just a game, okay? Blame it on COVID. If your team don't win a championship this year, blame it on COVID, okay? And then just take that with a grain of salt. But shout out to the Lakers. Listen, I'm playing this Roddy Ricch for a reason. Shout out to the Lakers, man. We're going to close it with that on y'all, man, because that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? When I get in my car, this is how I feel. Until we play basketball again, none of you niggas say nothing to me about no basketball, okay? Keep your mouth closed, okay?
The Braves up 3-2, top of the fourth.
Come on, Dodgers. I'm in here talking about some LA shit. I need y'all to pull through. Come on.
Dodgers will be the Dodgers.
And then shout out to this next guy who may be fighting Manny Pacquiao his next fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him to close us out.
From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the fuck he wants.
See y'all later.